Hi everybody, I hope you had a nice break. We are continuing with set number 2 from the academic word list of words that begin with D and E. I hope you enjoyed doing the first set of words, and let's get started on this set, shall we? Here is the first group of words we're going to look at: devote, differentiate, dimension, diminish, and discrete. Do you know those words? So for this exercise, we're going to match the word to the explanation, all right? So I'll read out the explanations and just try to work out which word matches it. So the first explanation is to take an action that does not attract the attention of other people. The next one is to explain the alternative attributes of something. Then we have to make something seem smaller or less important. The fourth explanation is the measurement of an object. And lastly, to commit time and energy to a project. Think about those explanations, try and match them up. Next, I will show you the answers. All right, here we go. I hope you recognized some of those words. So the first is discrete, and discrete means to take an action that does not attract the attention of other people. The next one is differentiate. This means to explain the alternative attributes of something. The third word is diminish, to make something seem smaller or less important. Then we have dimension, the measurement of an object. The last word is devote, to commit time and energy to a project. Essentially, devote really means give. To give your attention or your energy. All right, moving on to the next group. I'll give you a little anagram just for fun to get started. Here are the words we're going to look at in this group, but I have mixed the letters up. Can you work out what the words are? Just pause the video here and have a go at identifying the actual word. How did you do? Did you get them? Well, here are the words unscrambled. We have discriminate, displace, display, dispose, and distinct. Let's do an exercise with these words now that we know what they are. And for this exercise, it is complete the spaces. Here's the first sentence. Employment laws forbid an organisation to blank 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 against race or religion. The next sentence. Randolph has scored the most goals this season and he cannot be blank blank blank. Number 3, plastic bags must be blank 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 in the green bins. Number 4, the patient blank 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 symptoms of depression. And the last sentence. Experience in programming would be a blank 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 advantage. Please think carefully about which words best fill in the spaces. Pause your video here if you need more time to think. Next, I will show you the answers. Here are the answers then. Did you do okay? The first word is discriminate. Employment laws forbid an organisation to discriminate against race or religion. The second sentence uses displace. Randolph scored the most goals this season, so he cannot be displaced. Number 3 is dispose. Plastic bags must be disposed of in the green bins. And then display. The patient displays symptoms of depression. I've written this in the present simple. You may have used the past simple with this using ed, and that's okay too. The sentence on its own didn't give any information about the time, so you could use either sentences here. Okay, and the last word is distinct. Experience in programming would be a distinct advantage. And distinct in this case means noticeable. Well done, everybody. That is the second group of the second set. Let's move on and study the next group of words. This is the group distort, distribute, diverse, document, and domain. And to practice your understanding of these words, the sentences here are fill in the spaces. Here is the first sentence. The blank 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 is signed and ready to be delivered. The next one, the blank blank architecture of this country represents the variety of different cultures. Number 3, the data is blank blank due to inaccurate information from the government. And the next one, handouts were blank blank before the presentation. The last sentence goes like this. It is the blank blank of historians to inform us about how we can learn from the past. Did you manage to use the correct word for these spaces? Let's look at the answers next. In the first sentence, the space was for document. The document is signed and ready to be delivered. Next, we have diverse. The diverse architecture of this country represents the variety of different cultures. And then it is distort. The data is distorted due to inaccurate information from the government. Number 4 is distribute. Handouts were distributed before the presentation. And lastly, we have domain. It is the domain of historians to inform us about how we can learn from the past. Good, you're doing really well. And here's the next group of words. Domestic, dominate, draft, drama, duration. And to practice these words, we have another incorrect word exercise here. This is a good exercise because it makes you read more carefully and really think about what words mean and how they relate to each other. So, read the sentences, identify the incorrect word, and then replace that with one from the academic word list. Are you ready? Let's look at sentence number 1. Macbeth is one of Shakespeare's most famous durations. Next one. Michael Jordan domesticated the sport of basketball. And the third sentence. The airline began by offering draft flights. This is their first international route. Here is the fourth sentence. Again, which word is incorrect and can be replaced? It's another aviation-related sentence. The flight draft is 3 hours, and we will fly at 35,000 feet. Here is the last sentence. My thesis is in its first drama, so I need to go through it again more carefully. Once again, think about these sentences, do your best to replace them, and the next thing is the answer key for this group. Here we are then. These are the answers. I hope you did well. Firstly, we have drama. Macbeth is one of Shakespeare's famous dramas. Use the plural here because we're talking about one of a group of things. Secondly, it's dominate. Michael Jordan dominated the sport of basketball. Now we have domestic. The airline began by offering domestic flights. This is their first international route. Next up is duration. The flight duration is 3 hours and we will fly at 35,000 feet. And lastly, it is draft. My thesis is in its first draft, so I need to go through it again carefully. And you might notice in the original question it was drama which was wrong. It's not wrong because of grammar, it's wrong because the original sentence didn't really make sense. Alright, let's continue, and I have one more group of words in this set. Let's do it. Here are the AW words for this group: dynamic, economy, edit, element, eliminate. And in this exercise, we're going to look at explanations. Can you match the academic word to the appropriate explanation? Here are the explanations. A situation that changes quickly. A smaller part inside a bigger system. To delete something. To change something with the intention of improving it. The financial condition of a country. Think about your matching, and of course we can see the answer key next. Here we go. I hope you were able to match the explanations. So, dynamic is a situation that changes quickly. Element is a smaller part inside a bigger system. In physics, it might have a specific meaning. We're kind of looking at the meaning that is not related to science and physics here. Eliminate is to delete something. Edit, of course, means to change something with the intention of improving it. And I think it is worth remembering that editing has this idea of making things better by cutting stuff out. Lastly, it is economy, and the description that I wrote for this, the financial condition of a country. Again, you might have different explanations here. There's many ways to describe this word. All right, well done, ladies and gentlemen. That completes this particular set. Just before we close this lesson, let me review all of the academic words that we have covered in the set. We've done discriminate, displace, display, dispose and distinct, distort, distribute, diverse, document and domain, domestic, dominate, draft, drama, duration, dynamic, economy, edit, element and eliminate. Lots of great words there. I'll end this lesson at this point, and we can move on to set number 3 in the next lesson, where we're already into the words beginning with E. I'll see you there. Thank you.